This is your Bible Geeks Daily Download, cross-training, head on a swivel. Weather permitting, I love riding my electric scooter to work. The commute is usually uneventful, but sometimes, out of nowhere, things can get interesting. There's always the possibility of cars veering into the bike lane, dogs lunging at the end of their leashes, or smartphone transfixed pedestrians wandering in front of me. At any moment, a quiet morning ride can turn into an adrenaline-fueled fight for my life. So I keep my head on a swivel, watchful of my surroundings, and ready for whatever today's ride has in store.
We're cross-training to develop our watchfulness, one of 12 marks of the master we're working on this year. Watchfulness comes when we're spiritually aware, living with readiness, resisting the devil, and full of wisdom. So how do we keep our spiritual head on a swivel, ready for whatever life throws at us?
So here's what you need to know. Watchfulness is an essential part of wisdom. We can't live skillfully if we don't keep our eyes open, paying attention to what's happening in our lives. When we wake up to what's happening, it changes our choices, how we spend our time, and use our resources. Look carefully then how you walk, not as unwise but as wise, making the best use of the time because the days are evil. Ephesians 5 verses 15 through 16.
Peter's first letter encourages readiness for service, persecution, defending the faith, meeting temptation, and meeting Christ at his return. Do not be surprised when fiery trials test you, Peter said in 1 Peter 4 verse 12. Rather, with clear-eyed, alert readiness, preparing your minds for action, and being sober-minded, set your hope fully on the grace that will be brought to you. 1 Peter 1 verse 13. And be ready for unbelievers' questions with a heart honoring Christ the Lord as holy, always being prepared to make a defense to anyone who asks you for a reason for the hope that is in you. 1 Peter 3 verse 15.
And when we take each day with the awareness that the Master might come at any time, it adds another layer of readiness. Therefore stay awake, for you do not know what day your Lord is coming. But know this, that if the master of the house had known what part of the night the thief was coming, he would have stayed awake and would not have let his house be broken into. Therefore you also must be ready, for the Son of Man is coming at an hour you do not expect. Matthew 24, verse 42 to 44.
And here's what you need to do. Keep your heart with all vigilance, for from it flow the springs of life. Proverbs 4, verse 23. When we weaken spiritually, it's because we've let ourselves get lulled to sleep, not giving our full attention to the things that matter most. We need to wake up and strengthen what remains and is about to die. Revelation 3, verse 2.
Combine watchfulness with prayer to avoid falling to temptation. Pride is the antithesis of readiness. So don't get cocky lest you fall. Stay watchful, stand firm in the faith, act like men, be strong. Let all that you do be done in love. 1 Corinthians 16 verses 13 to 14. Watch out for dangers like false teachers, forgetfulness, and loose speaking.
But also watch for the Lord. Watch for his guiding, delivering hand. Our watchfulness pairs not only with our prayer, but also with our thankfulness. If we don't pay attention, we'll miss all that the Lord has done and is doing and forget to live in gratitude toward him.
So how can we live with readiness through the week? Here's 5 challenges that you can do on your own, along with us.
First, we invite you to read Luke 12, 35 to 48, Mark 13, 32 to 37, Matthew 24, 36 to 25, 13, Ephesians 5, 7 to 21, and 1 Peter 4, verses 1 through 14.
And then we'll reflect together on a spiritual question, asking ourselves, when do I tend to let my guard down?
Then we'll make our request to God, praying, Lord, help me stay dressed for action.
And then we challenge you to respond, taking action by writing down 3 things you want to be on the lookout for today.
Finally, we encourage you to reach out by asking someone, what sources of spiritual distraction have you regulated or eliminated from your life?
So let's be ready to stand firm this week. And may the Lord bless you and keep you today.
Shalom.